Introduction to Islamic Banking and Finance by Professor Mustapha Abubakar. Section 1. Definition and Significance of Islamic Finance. Section 1. Definition and Significance of Islamic Finance. Definition of Islamic Finance. Key principles of Islamic finance. Significance of Islamic finance. Historical evolution of Islamic finance. Definition of finance. Finance is a discipline concerned with the acquisition and disbursement of funds. Finance is the channeling of funds from surplus units to the deficit units for better utilization of funds. Finance discourages keeping idle cash. Keeping idle cash yields no income. A bank accepts deposits from depositors on debtors to creditors relationship basis. A bank lends the depositors' funds to the borrowers on an interest-based system. Interest is banned in Islamic Sharia. Definition of Islamic finance. Islamic finance refers to financial activities, banking, and investments conducted in compliance with Islamic Sharia principles. Unlike conventional finance, Islamic finance emphasizes equity, fairness, and ethical considerations. It ensures that financial transactions are linked to tangible assets and economic activities that benefit society. Sources of Sharia. Primary sources: Quran, the Sunnah. Secondary sources: Ijma consensus, Shia's analogy. Ijtihad scholarly interpretation or deduction. Primary sources: Quran, undisrupted text of Allah, the Sunnah, words, acts, and tacit approvals of the Prophet, peace be upon him, represented by Hadith. Secondary sources: Ijma, consensus, authoritative opinion of scholars at a point in time concerning specific issue. Qiyas, analogy, assignment of an existing legal rule to a new scenario, which can be deducted by reasoning and comparison. Ijtihad, scholarly interpretation or deduction, original situation needing a solution not found in any of the preceding sources. Can be individual or collective taking into consideration. Istislah, public welfare. Umumu balwa, common plight. Durura, necessity. Key principles of Islamic finance: interest-free, risk-sharing, asset and service backing, ethical, payment of zakat. Interest-free. Interest-free is regarded as unjust enrichment on the part of the lender and therefore unfair to the borrower. Effortless profit earned without giving anything in exchange. Not creating wealth by investment in productive activities. In Islam, money is regarded as a medium of exchange, not as a commodity itself. Money does not have an intrinsic value independent of the result of an investment or transaction. Quran prohibited riba, interest or usury. Quran to verse 275 to verse 278, Quran 3 verse 130 and Quran 4 verse 161. Types of riba. Interest, usury. There are two types of riba. Riba al-fadli, excessive usury. Riba and nasiya, delay usury. Riba al-fadli, excessive usury, also known as riba hadith and riba al-buyu, occurs when the value of assets offered by one party is in excess of the value offered by the other party. Money and other commodities in which interest can be found in them, amwal ribawi such as gold, silver, wheat, barley, date and salt should be transacted at equal value. Riba and nasiya, delay usury, also known as riba al-Quran and riba al-Yahiliya, considered the primary form of riba. Consensus of scholars that it is equivalent to interest paid on loans. Interest-free, ban on interest is not exclusively Islamic. In the Bible, Exodus 20-25, Leviticus 25 minutes and 36 seconds and 37, Deuteronomy 23:19 and 20, Psalm 15-5, Proverbs 28-8, Ezekiel 18-8, 13, 17, and 20-12. Risk-sharing. There is famous Islamic legal maxim that says, benefit goes with liability, al-Kharaj bid-daman. The right to revenue is linked to the possibility of loss. Liability accompanies gain, al-Gurma bil-Gurmi, return and capital cannot be guaranteed. Asset and service backing. Every transaction must be based on real asset or service to be rendered. Contractual certainty. Certainty as to subject matter, execution date and price. avoidance of gharar, excessive uncertainty and maisur, speculation, conventional insurance, futures and options, for instance, all contain elements of contractual uncertainty. Business transactions that involve ambiguity or selling a commodity that is not with the seller are banned in Islamic Sharia. Sahih Muslim, Hadith number 1513, Sunan Tirmidhi, Hadith number 1232. Ethical, trading in items and services declared impermissible by Sharia. These include pork, alcohol, gambling, and pornography. Good characters such as truthfulness, mercy are expected to be seen in Muslims when making business transactions. Sunan Ibn Majah, Hadith number 2203, Sunan Tirmidhi, Hadith number 1209. Anything that a Muslim is not allowed to consume or use, he is not allowed to buy or sell. Payment of zakat. Zakat is in Arabic language is an infinitive of the verb zaka, which means to grow or increase. Technically, zakah means to cleanse or purity something from dirt or filth. It is third pillar of Islam that profound socio-economic implication in the society. Quran 6-141. Framework of zakah. Ownership, growth, nisab. Hal. Significance of Islamic finance. Islamic finance has gained global recognition due to its ethical approach and contribution to economic stability. Its significance includes economic justice, promotes fairness and reduces economic disparities. Financial stability, prevents excessive speculation and minimizes financial crises. Inclusive growth, encourages participation of all individuals, including those who avoid interest-based financial systems. Significance of Islamic finance. Ethical banking and investments, supports social responsibility by financing projects that benefit communities. Encouraging entrepreneurship, provides alternative financing methods, such as profit-sharing agreements, to support small and medium enterprises, SMEs. Historical evolution of Islamic finance. The history of Islamic finance is generally divided into two major aspects. The early days transactions, the modern days experiments. The early days transactions, the era of the Prophet. The period of Orthodox Caliphate 63-661 c. Period of the Noble Companions and the succeeding generations, the Umayyad and Abbasid eras. The era of the Prophet. The prevailing modes of transactions during this era include shirka, partnership based on profit and loss sharing PLS. Al-Qardu al-Hasan, benevolent loan. Salam, forward contract. Sarfu, exchange of money, i.e. gold for gold and silver for silver at the same sitting. Hiyara, leasing. Trans-regional trade involved trade caravans from Mecca to Syria and vice versa. The period of Orthodox for rightly guided caliphs, 63-661 c. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, 63-634. Failure of a segment of the Islamic State to pay the compulsory alms known as zakat. Umar ibn al-Khattab, 634-644. Dramatic reforms in the economic policy of the state. The introduction of a centralized and permanent Bayt al-Mal, the Treasury House. Uthman ibn Affan, 644-656. The introduction of the first Muslim coins. Ali ibn Abi Talib, 656-661. Period of the Noble Companions and the succeeding generations marked by building on the reforms introduced by the Prophet, peace be upon him. Tremendous increase in the level of commercial interaction between merchants in the Islamic State and other regions. Further development of fiqh, Islamic jurisprudence. Advanced economic reforms based on self-exerted judgment, Ijtihad. Umayyad and Abbasid eras. The issuance of the first Islamic dirham contained the crescent, the star and Bismillah across its margins. The shifting of the Treasury House to Damascus, the capital of the Umayyad, where a bigger building was designated as Bayt al-Mal. The Treasury House retained its significant role during the Abbasid period and during the Mamluk era. The dinar and dirham were still widely used as the mediums of exchange in financial transactions. Modern-day experiments of Islamic finance marked by the fall of the Ottoman Empire resulted in the fragmentation of the Muslim nation into different countries. The prevalence of interest-based banking and finance systems where their effect was felt in various Muslim countries. Lack of awareness among the Muslim communities in many countries on the need to return to their Islamic roots. Few experiments of Islamic finance in Egypt. Malaysia and Pakistan constituted the embryonic stage of modern Islamic banking and finance. Timeline of modern-day experiments of Islamic banking and finance from 1960 to 1975. Initial reforms in the banking industry in Pakistan in 1962. Montgomery Local Savings Bank in Egypt of 1963. The Malaysian Pilgrim Savings Board, Tabung Haji of 1969. The founding of the Islamic Development Bank, IDB in 1975. The functions of the IDB are to participate in equity capital and grant loans for productive projects, enterprises, to provide financial assistance to member countries, to establish and operate special funds for specific purposes, to accept deposits and to mobilize financial resources through Sharia-compatible modes, to assist in the promotion of foreign trade especially in capital goods among member countries. Dubai Islamic Bank DIB, the first full-fledged world Islamic commercial bank in 1975, operates 5 main business groups: retail banking, corporate banking, real estate, investment banking, proprietary trading investments. Thank you for watching.